The Ferris wheel is the first thing you see when Marcus pulls up the pin on his phone. 4 miles from your house, visible from the highway overpass you've driven under 100 times, and somehow you never really looked at it until now. Sunnyside Peaks. The S has fallen off the entrance sign, so it reads UNNYSIDE Peaks in sun-bleached yellow letters. And Dara laughs at that, and you take a photo of it because you want to be the kind of person who notices things like that. It's 7:42 p.m. The sky is doing something genuinely beautiful. That blue-violet gradient that only happens in June. The light going golden and sideways, the air still warm, but with the first suggestion of evening in it. Marcus's older sister dropped you at the maintenance road turnoff without asking questions. The three of you stand at the chain-link fence, and through the diamond gaps you can see the midway stretching inward. Game booths on both sides. The central tower rising at the far end like a lighthouse that forgot its purpose. The fence has a no trespassing sign zip-tied to the post. One corner of the fence has pulled free from the ground, leaving a gap about the width of your shoulders. Someone made that gap deliberately, or made it and left it because they decided not to go through. Dara says she has a bad feeling. She says it the way people say it in movies, and you know she means it. But you also know that every story the group tells started with someone saying they had a bad feeling and going anyway. Marcus shrugs. He's already framing shots in his head. He'll go either way. He's made that clear without saying it. The decision lands on you. It always lands on you, which is strange because you're not the funny one, or the brave one, or the one people call first. You've been in this group for 8 months and the texture of your membership still feels provisional, like a guest pass that hasn't officially been made permanent. You hold the fence back and you go through first and you smile like it cost you nothing. You step over a rusted bolt near the base of the fence post. It's the size of your thumb, lying in the open like it fell recently. You don't look up. The midway smells wrong immediately. Not the rot and mildew smell you expected, but something sweeter underneath it. Old, spilled soda caramelized into the asphalt, cotton candy oxidized to a chemical ghost. Your shoes stick faintly to the ground with each step, the surface tacky in a way that feels like walking on flypaper. The game booths on either side have their awnings still up, faded red and white candy stripe, one of them torn and flapping in the wind. The duck pond game still has its plastic ducks floating in a gray-green puddle. The ring toss bottles have all toppled and no one reset them. Marcus is filming. Dara narrates in a mock-serious ghost tour voice. She's good at this, making things lighter than they are. You find a bag of cotton candy in one of the booths, desiccated to a stiff pink brick, with a smiling sun logo and a timestamp on the bag sticker that puts it 3 summers back. Someone was eating it when the park closed. You set it back exactly where you found it. In the distance, the Ferris wheel groans, a long, low sound, metal on metal. The wind has picked up. Marcus says the real shot is the observation deck. He points to the tower at the end of the midway, a retrofitted steel structure, maybe 60 feet, with an exterior staircase winding around its outside and an open platform at the top. You can see the whole park from up there, he says, the whole town. He's already imagined the video. You can see him imagining it. Dara looks at you, not at Marcus, at you. You start walking toward the tower. Up close, the paint is bubbled and peeling in long, curling sheets, the original red underneath gone to rust orange. There's a chain across the stairwell entrance padlocked to a post, but the post has pulled halfway out of the concrete, leaning at a 20-degree angle, and you unhook the chain from the loose post and coil it on the ground, and the entrance is open. 3 flights of exterior stairs, each landing a graded steel platform, each flight bolted to the tower's outer frame. The first flight feels solid. Your footsteps ring against the metal and echo off the empty park below. The second flight has a section where the grating flexes under your weight. Not dramatically, a soft give like pressing on a bruised piece of fruit, a suggestion of compliance where there should be none. You pause for half a second. You keep moving. The metal is cold under your hands in a way that doesn't match the evening air. There's a ticking sound you can't locate in the slow, irregular tick that might be thermal contraction or might be something else. You decide it's thermal contraction. Dara calls up from the base. She's staying down. Just you and Marcus now. The observation deck is roughly 20 feet square. Open air on all sides. A steel railing at chest height. The paint here stripped almost entirely to bare metal by 3 years of weather. The view is, in spite of everything, genuinely stunning. The park below you, in its faded symmetry, the town beyond the fence line, your neighborhood visible in the middle distance. You can almost pick out your street, the water tower, the overpass. The highway is a string of headlights. The sky is deep blue-violet, and there are the first 3 stars. You lean on the railing to look down at Dara. She's a small figure waving from the midway, maybe 60 feet below. The railing shifts when you lean. A micro-movement, a give of perhaps a quarter inch, a sensation that registers in your palms before your brain names it. You pull back. You laugh. Marcus is already panning his phone across the skyline, and he doesn't notice. You think for half a second about the bolt on the ground near the fence, about the lawsuit you half remember, something about a maintenance catwalk, a settlement, about the section of grading that flexed on the second flight. You think about all of it at once, and then Marcus says, "Get in the shot," and you step forward. The photo is perfect. Marcus shows you. You're grinning. The sky behind you exactly that blue-violet color, the park spread below. Your face lit by the screen's glow. It looks like a movie still. It looks like someone who made a choice, and it worked out. For a moment, standing 60 feet above everything, you feel precisely the way you came here to feel. Like the story is yours. Marcus starts walking the deck's perimeter, filming the panorama, pressing against the railing on each side to get the angles. 2 people moving, weight shifting, footsteps sending micro-vibrations through the steel. There is a new sound now. The slow, low creak has returned, longer than before, and you cannot locate its source. Then Dara's voice comes up from below, and it has changed. She's not narrating anymore, she's shouting. You lean over the railing to see her, and she's pointing. Not at you, but at something on the outside of the tower just below the deck. A section of bracket, the structural connection between the deck frame and the tower body, visibly separated. A dark gap between steel and steel where there should be none. Marcus is already moving. He's at the stairwell, 3 steps down. He looks back at you once, and you start to follow. Your foot goes through the grating. A section of the deck floor, the metal thinned by 3 years of standing rainwater to something like paper, gives way under your right foot. Your leg plunges through to the knee. You catch yourself with both hands on the intact surface beside the hole, and the impact of catching yourself sends a shudder through the platform. The hole is jagged-edged, curling downward, roughly a foot across. A sound comes from the tower frame, deep, architectural, the sound of something load-bearing making a decision. You pull your leg free, you get to your feet. The stairwell where Marcus went is making a sound now, a sharp mechanical snap. And then Marcus is moving fast, not stopping, all the way to the ground. He gets to Dara. They are both looking up. You get your phone out. Your hands are shaking enough that you drop it once on the deck surface before you recover it. 2 bars of signal, you dial. It rings 4 times and goes to voicemail. You dial again. Below you, Marcus is already on his phone. 911, you realize. They are calling 911. The wind has increased, the deck is moving. Not imagined. A real, slow oscillation, 2 inches each direction, a pendulum motion. The railing on the east side is visibly angled outward now, its bottom bolt raised above the deck surface like a tooth coming loose. The ticking sound has become a groan, and the groan is everywhere, in the soles of your shoes, in your palms where they grip the west railing. 60 feet below, Marcus and Dara are small and white-faced and looking up, and you think about your parent on a double shift right now, and the text you didn't send before you got in the car, because you thought you'd be back before it mattered. The east bracket goes with a sound like a gunshot. The deck tilts 4 degrees and you slide toward the east railing and you grab the west railing with both hands and it holds. The platform levels slightly. 2 anchor points remain. In the distance, sirens, real sirens, getting louder. 3 minutes, maybe less. You have the west railing, you have 2 anchor points. You just have to hold on. You are going to be okay. You tell yourself this, and for 11 seconds, it is true. The second anchor point fails without sound. There is no crack, no warning, only the immediate absence of everything beneath you as the deck rotates on its last connection, swinging down and east like a trapdoor, opening in a direction you can't compensate for. The railing tears out of your hands because the railing is moving away from you, and there is no grip strong enough for that. 1.4 seconds. The park rises towards you. The midway, the toppled, Ring toss bottles, the duck pond puddle, the cotton candy bag in the booth exactly where you left it. The wind is loud. The smell is rust and summer asphalt and something sweet gone wrong. You hear Dara's voice from somewhere below and far away, and you cannot make out the words. The asphalt is smooth and cold and absolute. 90 seconds later, the sirens arrive at the maintenance road. The park is quiet. The Ferris wheel groans once, the same long, low note it made when you first walked in. On Marcus's phone, still processing on the cell tower, the photo finishes uploading to the group chat. It delivers at 9:11 p.m. 6 people open it within the first minute. You are grinning. The sky behind you is perfect. They have no idea yet. For a strange, sideways moment, you are exactly who you wanted to be. Everyone is looking at you. The bolt you stepped over near the fence post had been reported to the county maintenance office 11 days earlier by a contractor doing a perimeter walkthrough. He filed a report. The report became a work order. The work order was scheduled for the following Tuesday, 4 days away. The deck's bracket was degraded but stable. It had held for 3 years. It would have held for 4 more days. The platform didn't fail because the park was abandoned. It failed because the degraded bracket plus the water-thinned grating, plus the weight of 2 people moving simultaneously reached that night a threshold that had been 4 days from being repaired. You didn't find a death trap. You completed one. There are places that will kill you, and there are places that will only kill you if you give them exactly what they need. The hard thing, the thing no one wants to say, is that most of the second kind look identical to the first from the outside. A loose bolt, a railing that gives a 1/4 inch, a creak you decide is just the wind. Your brain is extraordinarily good at converting warnings into acceptable risk, especially when the alternative is turning around in front of people you want to impress. That's not a character flaw, it's just how the math goes wrong. It went wrong here. If this story stayed with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Word count: 2,502.